Hello YouTube. It is Wednesday, January 19th, 2022, 4:16 p.m. and that's finally done. Oh my gosh. They were very extremely helpful. Same security guard who's just like that guy. I think he probably had to deal with me more than anybody he's ever had to deal with. And we had a pretty cool conversation like a week ago about just he's from Oakland. I was born in Oakland, and family originally from the East Bay. So we were just, talking East Bay stuff, which was pretty cool. Not that often I meet that kind of somebody with those kind of connections to the East Bay, and and I think he told me I'm the first white guy he's ever met that was born in Oakland. So I got that going on. But yeah, for those who don't know what's up, go to Oakland sometime. It'll become readily apparent to you. Although I hear Oakland is gentrifying a lot of it now, but yeah, it was not in 1970. Anyway, just realized, I just remembered I'm like heading up to the corner of 71st and Buckhead. Just remembered heading westbound, or sorry, heading eastbound, heading back home. I just remember there's no bus stop there. So yeah, it's really weird. I remember there's a platform, there's a bus platform there for whatever reason. It's the spot where logically there would be a bus stop, where this exit takes you right to it. There's not a sign there. It's not a bus stop. And that's something I kind of noticed as I was riding up today. I was actually looking at the bus app and paying attention to the side of the road. And the Route 13 Buckeye Road bus, once you get past about 35th Avenue, maybe even 27th Avenue, the bus stops are very few and far between. It's not your typical every quarter mile-ish like most Phoenix bus routes. And sometimes it seems like really weird, like where they're located versus where they would ordinarily be located. Like generally speaking in Phoenix, you've got a major street, major strode every mile. And the city's based on a 1 mile giant grid of one square miles, which is based on the United States Geological Survey map that covers pretty much most of the United States, at least the western half of the United States, which makes a lot of sense. And then generally speaking, you've got minor thoroughfares at the half-mile point in between each major street, which is under miles. It's a pretty simple grid system. It makes it easy if you drive. I mean, for me as a cab driver, it certainly, that's a big part of how I can just drive all over the valley. I know wherever I am all the time and how I'm going, even if places I hardly ever go. But yeah, so 71st Avenue, that would be your half-mile street, and here you see like what looks like an obvious bus pull-out and platform, but for whatever reason, there's no sign here, no stop here. It's like the city put in the provisions of a stop and no stop. Anyway, one spot that really struck me as odd when I was coming in for there should be a bus stop and there's not a bus stop is at the corner of corner of 55th Avenue and Buckeye. There is an intersection of 55th Avenue and Buckeye. 55th Avenue is a minor thoroughfare. It doesn't seem to have the amount of traffic that 71st Avenue has here, which is also a half-mile minor thoroughfare. But there is an intersection there, and as I recall, 55th Avenue does continue north and south of Buckeye. There's no bus stop. 55th and Buckeye. However, there's stops at 56th and Buckeye, which is not, it's just is a minor street going north. In fact, that's actually where I got on the bus yesterday on the way coming down to this Amazon facility when I did the 59 to the 13. Oh, check it out! I always love it when I see these old school bus stop signs that have the, and that one's not all faded. That one's really visible, where it says 13 Buckeye. Now, it used to be every single bus stop would have a number like that, indicating what route service the stop. And I really feel that's really in the back. Let's see, well, there's nothing special about this bus stop. It's just the sign, the old school sign with the, and a curb. Pretty minimal, but it gets the job done. It's just really funny, like going this direction for the Route 13. That's all that's there. But going the other direction, there's the whole extra wide platform and the pullout, but no sign. No sign, no stop. And it's not indicated there's a stop in the app either. Anyway, I think what I'm going to do at this point, like that was my big mission for the day. So I got it done, and it was a mammoth hassle, but God bless the people that are doing that whole hiring, the whole assembly line hiring process there. The guys at the first desk, I came in, and I'm not sure if you recognize him from the last couple times I went in here. Security guy definitely did. I mean, like the first time I went in through my whole hiring process thing, he's the first person I talked to, the guy from Oakland. Now I'm wishing I catch his name. Super friendly guy, and probably just a little older than me. Anyway, he, yeah, because the first time I got there for my original hiring event, I was a good solid hour and a half early. And he was the one that was like, hey, no problem. Just, you know, if you're already in the system for today, you're early. Come on in, get her done. So went in, did the whole intake, you know, which was kind of complicated. I won't get all the details of it, but I mean, basically, in a nutshell, they took images of my I-9 documents, you know, the tax documents to sign up. Which, thank God that was, because of course I proceeded to lose my birth certificate later on that day. So thank God that's done. If I had to redo that, I'd be screwed. So, oh, damn it. And that reminds me, that's what I was supposed to handle with Adam today. Fuck. Adam called me when I was on the 13th on my way out here to Buckeye. Or on my way out here to the Amazon facility. Anyway, ooh, I tripped on a crack on the sidewalk. Anyway, what was I? Kind of lost my train of thought there. No truck entry, exit only. I just saw a truck go in that sign right there. Right there where it said no entry, no truck entry. That probably doesn't count as a, well, no, it's a truck. It may not have a trailer, it's definitely a truck. Anyway, oh yeah, so Amazon went in, they took images of my documents, kind of had a basic interview, answered a bunch of questions and stuff. Was able to give my daughter's code, so hopefully she gets a referral bonus. Even though in my actual application I didn't, whatever website she sent to me, that's not what I did. I clicked a link through one of the many job recruiting websites that's spamming the shit out of my alternate email address right now. And oh my God, that inbox is so out of hand. But yes, I gave them that code. Hopefully she gets sort of a referral bonus. I'm hoping she could use the help right now. Oh, and there's a drug test. That's probably pretty much it. It's kind of a complicated thing to me because I'm just so used to going in and talking to somebody and just kind of having a one-on-one with somebody, and most of the time, sure, we'll be in touch, and then they're never in touch. But sometimes I get lucky and I I'm not too nervous and weird, and usually I'm like hired on the spot and told what time I'm starting. Hell, I've had some places where they just, you know, immediately brought me in and, hey, do you have your documentation? And sometimes I didn't. They're like, you know what, just make sure you come, when you come back, you got that. You're gonna fill that out but here, let me show you. Let me show you the kitchen. Let me show you the store. You know, whatever it is. I'll show you the bar. But I mean, you know, to Amazon's credit, it's a pretty streamlined thing. And one thing that I had to hang up on my very first time was there were some things that I was supposed to complete online that I was unable to complete because the websites didn't render in a functional way in my on my second Obama phone, which is the one that's tied to that email address. And that the web browser on that phone is problematic with a lot of mobile websites, just because that phone has such an obscenely low resolution screen that modern websites just don't take into account that somebody would have a screen with such a low resolution. So I end up getting a whole lot of things that are truncated off the side without a horizontal scroll bar. A lot of times mobile sites, you can't resize them, you know, by just putting two fingers and squeezing them together. Which most of the time I do something like that, the text ends up being so small my bad eyes can't even freaking read it. So yeah, it didn't work, which is fine. Like they actually expect that some people are going to have those kind of issues. Not everybody has a top of the line smartphone, and you know, people that there are people using Obama phones that are trying to get employment and get back on their feet, and that is the thing. So props to Amazon, they do accommodate that. When they saw in the system that I hadn't done that stuff, and I just explained, hey, it didn't work on my phone. They've got a little room. It's like, okay, you get to go into this box. If you had everything done perfectly, we process you faster, but we go in the need extra help box. And what are the need extra help box? And they've got these small little laptop computers, really crappy laptop computers, but they're on Amazon's Wi-Fi, and they've already got they're already open to the web page you need to go to, and yeah, I had no problem. I finished everything else using their little laptop there in that room on my first day. Went out, you know, did the rest of the procedure, and then, being the forgetful bonehead that I am, I left my stop there to the south. I do believe that stuff I'm looking at there, I believe that is the first stop for Route 13. Although I see a stop across the street, which is odd. I could have sworn when I looked at the bus app that it didn't show Route 13 extending beyond 70th Avenue. So I'm kind of bewildered what's up with that. Very interesting. Anyway, being the forgetful person that I am, because I had to do so many other things, and the drug test was kind of a long, awkward, and kind of struggle with the directions on that. Long, awkward sort of thing. I ended up leaving the paper that they had given me with the shoe, with the directions on how to get the shoes. I ended up leaving that paper behind, as well as the my bag of stuff, which had my birth certificate in it, and my car registration, and insurance, and just all kinds of stuff that I had. Like, I just left the whole bag sitting there. Actually, it wasn't a bag at that point. I didn't get the bag until I left to work at QT, but it was a manila padded envelope, a used one, and it had my documents in it. That's all I had on me at that point in the day. That's one of those weird new bus stops that has no bench to prevent homeless people from sleeping on the bench. As if a homeless person isn't going to just take that big space underneath. But at least there's no homeless people here. Hey, there's Route 75 going southbound. I think the Route 75 goes all the way down to Lower Buckeye. I'm really not sure. So it shows my next 75 northbound will be at 4:44. It's 4:31, so that's 13 minutes. So I think I'm going to actually wait here. And there's the, you can see the bus that just drove southbound. There it is, invisible in the app and the tracking. Just hope y'all can see that. Confused about the 13 going. Yeah, that's funny. There is a visible stop across the street. Buckeye and 75th Avenue. It's. I don't know if y'all can see that. That's. Sunlight, I can never see what's actually showing up. What's visible? I can't see my damn screen. Anyway, there's a stop there. When you click on that stop, so I didn't think that the Route 13 went any farther west than here, but when you click on that, it shows the stop, Buckeye and 75th Avenue, and then it just says, today, no scheduled service for this day. Tomorrow, no scheduled service for this day. 21st. It just goes on like infinitely every day from here to eternity. No scheduled service for this day. That's insanity. Anyway, I feel like I need to get a screenshot of that. Finally getting the hang of doing screenshots on my Obama phone. Oh, God damn it. Yeah, on this phone, the way you do the screenshot is you press and hold the unlock button, and then it brings up a menu, and then you click something there. I always struggle with press and hold. For me, there's press. Press and hold is like, my brain doesn't compute that. It's a button, I press it. There's more than one thing I can do with a button. It takes me a couple of times to press it to remember that press and hold is a thing. So, want to get some footage of this since I got 13 minutes to 12 minutes to go. So, yeah, this is I see this as a very misleading thing. Like, say somebody's here and they don't have the app and they're not familiar with Phoenix. Just moved to town, just got themselves a nice warehouse job out here, and they got off work and they live in a suburb further west, like maybe Goodyear or Avondale. So here's a bus platform, obvious bus platform. Rather nice bus platform too. Look at that decorative brick. They go pull out for the bus, and it looks like it's obviously used by the bus, because look, there's an oil stain from buses sitting there idling. And at this point, like, there's no bus number on the bus route stop, but that's all the bus route stops. So yeah, there's a bus sign saying it's a bus stop, and everything that would lead somebody who's not completely familiar with it to believe that this is a bus stop, and that person that comes here and waits for the bus will literally be waiting forever, because that bus stop has absolutely no service. God, at least Scottsdale's got the courtesy to replace the bus stop sign with a sign that says there is no bus service at this location. At least Scottsdale's made the effort to do that. Phoenix? Phoenix is just that's just cruel. No, to me that's just absolutely cruel. Like, if I wasn't already all up in the Valley Metro app and aware, yeah, you're in the crosswalk. You're in the crosswalk. Thanks for blocking the crosswalk. Yeah, if I was not all all familiar with that particular route, having used it quite a bit the last couple of weeks and constantly looking at it. I could see me spending a long time just sitting there waiting and wondering why ain't the bus coming? That's screwed up. You know, if I send an email for everything I see in this transit system that just absolutely makes no sense like that, I'd be spending my entire day just sending emails. But hey, that's turned into a fun focus for this vlog. So, anyway, don't be too terribly loud. So at this point, I'm mostly killing time. I did have somebody, a good friend of mine, commented on one of my recent vlogs that I kind of want to figure out where my first, since I'm this close to the place I'm starting at on Amazon on Sunday, I kind of want to figure out where exactly I'm walking to, so I'm not just walking aimlessly in the dark at around 7 p.m. next week. I want to be a little bit more prepared. I figure it's around 83rd Avenue and Roosevelt. I'm at 75th Avenue, or 75th Avenue. I'll rest on the top of my head because I don't go this far west very often. But I'm at 75th Avenue in Buckeye. 83rd Avenue is the next major mile street. This is a mile and a half to the north. Theoretically, I could walk this, but I'm going to ride this bus on 75th Avenue up to McDowell, which is going out of the way, and then take the 17 over to 83rd Avenue just to get a feel of what it's going to be like when I get off. I had a friend leave a message saying there's a Waffle House over there, so I do need a place to sit down and try to see if I can resolve my Mint Mobile issue, and also my need to get replace my Social Security card issue. And Waffle House seems like a comfortable place to sit down. Hopefully they got some Wi-Fi, but if not, the Wi-Fi's looking kind of okay off the first Obama phone. But yeah, it'll be a good place to just kind of kick back and do those things that once upon a time I'd have been happy to just park my car and do in my car. But yeah, or drive home, but you know, almost like potentially 3 hours away from here. So yeah, I'm gonna go up, try to handle that at Waffle House, and then after that leave Waffle House and try to walk and figure out exactly where I need to be on Sunday evening. And honestly, I do the walk to Amazon, go to Waffle House, but if memory serves, Assurance Wireless is on East Coast time, and I think I need to talk to a person there because I don't seem to be able to find the information I need to find on their website. I did manage to find their phone number on their website, but something I need to do during their business hours. I think they're shoot, might already be too late in the afternoon to pull that off. I'm not sure. Anyway, wow, I can't believe I run this for 23 minutes. Yeah, not a lot of bus service out. God, I hate loud motorcycles. Not a lot of bus service out this direction, and also, what's worse than not a lot of bus service out this direction is bus stops like that one right over there that literally have no service at all. It's just, well, I mean, talk about trying to put on a facade like you've got good bus service. That just, congratulations, Phoenix. You took it to a whole new level there at 75th and Buckeye, heading westbound. And I was looking, as I was on my way out here and riding down Buckeye, I did take a pretty close look at a lot of the, like what routes actually run down here, and service is really spotty. So I'm just even lucky I've been able to get to the Samsung facility as well as that, because the warehouses here that you cannot get to by bus without doing quite a lot of walking. Well, I guess I was talking about how many times I saw that security guard. So yeah, so I left my envelope in there when I had my first intake, which was kind of lengthy because I had to go into the penalty box and finish stuff I wasn't able to make work on my crappy ass phone. And anyway, I came out and I walked about I'm not even sure if I did that vlog or not. I think I might have vlogged in that walk too, but I walked about halfway to Buckeye Road to catch the bus and realized, hey, I don't have my envelope with my birth certificate and stuff, and the director says I need to get these shoes. Shit. So I went back and had to talk to him about, yeah, I left that stuff inside, and of course he got me back in, and so that would have been my second time, so 2 times on that day. Came back last week on Thursday because I had lost my directions on how to do the shoes at the finish line on Tuesday night of last week. That was a disastrous night of getting. Yeah, last Tuesday night was supposed to be a fun night of karaoke, just ended up into a frustrating night of, I can't believe this bus isn't running, and oh shit, I left my shit. I have no way to get back there or even call them and let them know I left it there. And I haven't heard from them, so I'm assuming that stuff is just simply lost, which sucks. Let's see that, and then after that, so that was, so let's see, and Wednesday I spent all day trying to recover that stuff at Finish Line Bar. So it was Thursday that I went back, and of course same security guy there, and he was kind of surprised I was back again, because after I left the second time is when I sat and chatted with him about Oakland and places around the East Bay and how things have changed in the East Bay and San Francisco as well, and then so he was like, so that was enough, like he remembered me. I'm the bonehead who had to go back in, and then talking about where we're both originally from, and then so I went back and said, "What are you back in?" I was like, "Yeah, I lost mine." So that was fine. Like I was able to just I was just in and out that time. I mean, they had that paper right there at the front. The first person we talked to looked up, gave him the phone, looking, "Oh yeah, you're hired. Here you go. Don't lose this one." I needed a lot more help today, and I won't go into all the details. My bus is going to be here soon, and this has already gotten pretty darn long and boring. But yeah, he ended up doing half of the checkout for me. It was crazy. I do my checkout, and I even had trouble getting logged into my Amazon payments. Like, it's the extra security measures. We don't recognize this device. You should recognize it's on Amazon's own intranet. It's not even coming in from the internet. It's on an Amazon. This is an actual Amazon computer. Like, does Amazon not recognize that I am on an Amazon-owned computer trying to buy specific for Amazon work shoes, and you're challenging my login? Are you freaking kidding me? And I thought what it was trying to send me was a code. Like sometimes when you got the extra level of verification, they send a text message, which of course presumes that you've got a phone that will still receive text messages, which these days is a pretty big assumption. But I'm waiting for it to text me like a 6-digit code to come in, and the notice that it sent me looked like one of those text messages I get to try to give me a heads up that somebody's doing an improper login, which generally speaking I've learned to ignore those, unless of course I'm not trying to log in. But if I'm trying to log in on a device that's not my normal device and that pops up, I'm just used to ignoring that, because it's like, yeah, it's me. Because generally speaking, the link that they send you on that is to report that it wasn't you and change your password. And the text that came with that text message, that's kind of how it was worded as well. And come to find out, what I ended up having to do it again, and when it did the same thing again, I'm looking a little closer. It's like, oh, it wants me to, the directions from the website I was on and then the actual text message it sent me were kind of contradictory. Following the directions on the website, what it was wanting me to do was to click on that link, even though the text message said to click on that link if I didn't, if I'm not trying to log in. But what I need to do is click on that and then click on another thing saying it's me, and then when I clicked yes, that's me, then I was logged in on Amazon payments, and then once again my discount code disappeared, and my total went from like $13 to $130. Like, wait, what? what the fucking hell? And at that point, I went back, and I'm trying to get back to Zappos and see if maybe I did the checkout wrong. I'm thinking, well, maybe it didn't work because there was such a delay in me logging in because I didn't understand this extra layer, unnecessary layer of authentication. Like, come on, I put in my fucking password right. That should be enough. Goddamn. Oh, and I had to do a caption. Struggle with captions as well. Well, I'm not sure what that bus was. Went from a direction a bus isn't supposed to come from and turned in a direction. Wow. I just went around that corner there. One thing's fun, like now I'm using the app all the time. Whenever I see a bus that is going in a direction that's like, wait a minute, the bus doesn't go in that direction. There's no route that goes that direction. Or a bus is not in service. Like, generally speaking, you hit the bus app and then immediately see, hey, what was that bus? And it's a 28. Well, it's a 28. That was a Lower Buckeye bus. Wow. So that's another example of like the bus that I went through yesterday, where it goes by a bus stop and down the street, but 28 doesn't service that. In fact, according to this, that bus's next stop to pick up passengers is 22nd Avenue and Lower Buckeye. So that bus, hold, there's another bus just wasting miles, wasting fuel, wasting time when it could be serving passengers. So that's 28, that's 28, which I believe is Lower Buckeye bus. But it is deadheaded all the way from here, 75th and Buckeye, 22nd Avenue and Lower Buckeye. Why the fuck can't that bus either run passengers down 75th Avenue to Lower Buckeye and then down Lower Buckeye as a westbound and give a little bit of extra, eastbound, a little bit of extra eastbound service to 22nd Avenue, or in the alternative, there are not enough buses running at 13. Why can't that bus change its number to 13 and then go down Buckeye and provide a little bit more service eastbound down Buckeye? Even if it doesn't run the whole route, there's plenty of buses going down the whole route. Let it at least run to 19th Avenue and then go down 19th Avenue to Lower Buckeye and go down Lower Buckeye. Bam, 22nd. Now, granted, it probably wouldn't get it there as quick as fast, but adjust the schedule. I mean, more buses running, serving passengers to me seems a whole lot better than a bus deadheading. That's a long distance for a bus to deadhead. 75th Avenue in Buckeye, all the way to 22nd Avenue in Lower Buckeye. And, there's not enough buses running, and there's some buses that aren't running at all, but yet we've got buses running across town and across large parts of town that customers can look at, and passengers can look at and see, oh, there's a bus and there's where it's going, and it won't pick anybody up. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here waiting for a bus. It's amazing how broken this bus system is. I was talking to my daughter about this yesterday, and it's like, I said, I wish I could get the job to have the job to fix that. Just a lot of just minor adjustments in schedules, routing, and locations of stops could go a long way to making the system more efficient. And she's like, yeah, I wonder what the qualifications are for that job. And I'm like, well, I would imagine the number one qualification is coming from a point of so much privilege that you don't need to ever ride the bus. I mean, I guess I can't say, have I made any efforts to try to get a job like that? No, I haven't. But I'm sure they want some kind of special college degree that I'll never get. And that college degree wouldn't give anybody the knowledge that they need, that I possess, as to what's actually wrong with the bus system. The knowledge I've gained is just simply trying to use the damn bus system. Wow, I'm at 34 minutes now. This is a ridiculous long amount of time. Not on a bus yet. Ooh, I do think I see my bus coming though, finally. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. This is way longer than any of my videos should be, and I'm using way too much phone battery. But hopefully they'll let me do some charging at the Waffle House, and Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something.